You are welcome to the SNC show. My name is Folashade Anozie, and I'm going to be your awesome, fun host. Now, I'm not going to waste any time rambling or sharing any tales by moonlight stories that I'm all known for, because I know that you're probably thinking out loud, what is the SNC show? The SNC show is your premier weekly podcast that will feature interviews with some of Nigeria's unique, talented, up-and-coming, and established music producers and songwriters. I like to call them the unsung heroes of the Nigerian music industry. Now on the show, we'll get to know more about the geniuses behind music production in Nigeria, discuss their creative process, talk about the Nigerian music industry sprinkled with some insights from a business and legal perspective, and just talk about any other interesting topics for your listening pleasure. Now, of course, some people would like to know how I came up with the idea for the podcast, so I'll talk about that real briefly. Now, for starters, music is my first love, and I thoroughly enjoy the creative process of making music. It literally just gives me life. And in terms of using a podcast as my medium of expression, honestly, that was truly inevitable because I have been listening to podcasts for almost about about 7 to 8 years now, and I truly love the numerous opportunities that a podcast presents for communicating with a large number of people. I also used to work in the Nigerian music industry as a radio host and an A&R, and I like to call myself an unrepentant A&R, and my friends will testify that I am the queen of forever introducing them to some artist, some producer, some songwriter. And honestly, it gives me so much joy because I truly believe that God has put me on this earth to in some way contribute my quota to the world by sharing, good music with other people. And until God says, Shade, it is time for you to come home. Which, by the way, Satan, is not anytime soon because I'm not yet blown and hammered. So until then, I will continue to do my part in talking about awesome Nigerian producers, songwriters, and artists in general. So yeah, but aside that, I'm also just passionate about business and the law. But I also believe that it is important that I contribute my quota to the Nigerian music industry in whatever small way that I can. I truly believe that. Because my goal with the show is to ensure that with every episode, you get to know more about not only these amazing Nigerian creatives and their thought process, you also learn about the burgeoning Nigerian music industry, including the challenges and the positive strides being made. I'm really super excited about the show, and I hope that you are as well. Now, on to the show. For our very first episode, I have budding Nigerian producer DJMo. DJMo is not just a producer, he's also a DJ, he's a film score composer, and he's also an actor. And I hope that you enjoy my interview with him. Okay, so welcome to the show, DJMo. It has taken us how many months to get you here?
Yo, happy for 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yes.
But we made it.
We did. Actually, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
That's good to know. So first of all, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was great.
It was great? What did you do?
What did you do? Had family around. I had all the people I hadn't seen in years.
Did you have plenty rice and chicken?
Well, we're getting to that.
Oh.
Yes,
sorry.
Of course, a lot of chicken, a lot of turkey. It was fun. It was
okay.
Amazing.
That's good. So do you have any plans for the new year?
Yes.
What are the plans?
I have plans to bring out tons and tons of good music.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. That's good to know. Before we go into the questions that I have deliberately typed up and written up and stored in my head for you, before we get to DJMo, we're going to start off with who DJMo truly is, like your passport name. And your passport name is Imodu Ayonote, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us a bit about who Imodu... Sorry, you can correct me when you start talking. So can you tell us a bit about who Imodu Ayonote is?
Imodu Ayonote, music producer, actor, DJ. Well, sometimes I'm a model, but
Giving him that model swag.
That's me in a nutshell.
So, where did you go for primary school?
I went for my primary school. I went to St. Leo's Catholic Private School in Ikeja.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you go for secondary school? Where did you attend secondary school? Let me go back on.
I don't want to, say.
I bet talk where you went for secondary school.
I went to King's College. Lagos.
Wait. You're a KC boy.
Yes, I am.
How?
Laureate.
How did I not know this?
Well,
like
I
you
guess we lost touch.
No, I know it's not even that. I feel like all the first of all, one of the other KC boys that I know is Japet Omojo, my friend. And he's the only other KC boy that I know. And because usually KC boys, you people have small craze for head. Not they feel yourselves too much.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
So you went to KC for
Yes,
secondary school. Okay,
yes,
cool. Now, so were you in the arts or sciences in secondary school?
I was more into the sciences. Yes.
So did you
I
you have
the
a
whole mechanical engineering? I liked machines. I liked a lot of machines and a lot of science oriented stuff. But going into the university, I studied online UK Open University.
Okay, so that's what you did for uni.
Yes,
okay.
And then I did software engineering. Yes, really, really mind blowing. It opened my mind to a lot of innovations. Basically, it was really cool.
That's great. So that's just a brief history of your passport name. So so how did you now make the transition from Imodu Ayonota? Well, not transition per se, because it's like a merging of Imodu and DJMo. How did you now segue to DJMo?
Yes, the transition came when I just thought about it in school that I liked to make music, and I really wanted to do it as a profession. I wanted to do it more, like make it professional. And I started learning how to make music with softwares, because I already had that software background. And it just, started from there. It was really amazing.
So during uni, your interest, I guess let me just backtrack. So how did you get started in the music industry? Like, how did you start developing beats? Like, was it from your childhood, or was it your experience in uni that made you say, I want to go into music full time?
My music knowledge came when I was 6. I learned how to play the piano, and from there it gave me this basic idea of what music should be, how to make music. But I left that for a very long time because, of course, I had to go to school. I had to learn a few things or other things. But I would say in university, the idea actually came up to do music, and let's just say it was a turning point for me. It was a turning point, and I had to learn a lot more skills. Learning music production with digitally, and then going into mixing and mastering. I was blessed to meet someone who gave me some tutorials on mixing and mastering, and it just really, really took me up from there. And I'm blessed to actually say that right now. I mean, my sound.
You don't
I won't say too much.
So, once you now became more familiar with the software, you now decided that you wanted to do music full time.
Exactly.
And what was the first beat that you produced?
This is really funny. It's really embarrassing because my first beats, I can't play them for anybody. It's really embarrassing. But it sounded good though. But I mean, the technology at that time wasn't really encouraging.
We're going to play it.
No.
During the commercial break. Yeah. So go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So.
After your first beat, which was apparently crap to you.
Yeah. Then I was blessed to meet some guys from Night House, Rogba and Larry. And then they listened to my stuff and they were like, they had potential, but I needed to work on my sound, and that's why I just, started working on my crafts, put myself under serious pressure, trying to bring out good music.
Okay, so just moving on to your sound, how would you define your sound as a producer?
My sound. I love EDM. I love EDM. So that's the kind of music I make. Dubstep, drum and bass, trap, house. I love house. Afro house, soulful house, deep house, all that stuff. And then also I make Nigerian stuff. Afrobeats, Afropop, high life. You can just name like a lot of genres that I can actually make. Yeah.
So my next question would be, well, first of all, do you have a favorite? So you said your favorite is EDM, right?
EDM, man, I love it. I love dubstep.
What is it about EDM that what is it about EDM that makes it your favorite?
EDM is more liberating. It allows you, it makes you create your own sounds from scratch. Because you use synthesizers to actually make different sounds, bass, synths, keys, like sounds for pianos and all those things. So it gives you a creative sense of what you want to make from scratch. And sometimes it may sound crazy, but I mean that's the essence of making EDM music. You can make so many things from just one oscillator sound. It's interesting. It's really interesting.
So, my next question would be, what is distinctive about a DJMo production?
The weird sound. When you hear that weird sound, you just know it's definitely me. And then I like to create grooves that they stick to your head. I like to create grooves, like ready grooves. Sometimes people are like, oh, your groove, your sound, I like the way it sounds. It's just more about my groove, and I like to play with synths. So sometimes when you hear some synths in my song, you just know, of course, it's a DJMo sound. So some people actually think I'm weird, but I mean, I like it like that, man. It's distinctive. It makes me who I am. It carves my niche for me.
That's interesting. Very, very, very cool. I say that because let me give a quick plug and acknowledgement that DJMo did produce the theme song for the SNC show. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
So when you identify the synths, you know that's your production. Which is awesome. So the other question would be, in terms of, you said that your sound is, we know, a DJMo production from the synths.
Yes.
Can you describe briefly how you work on a musical project?
Okay. When I want to start a music project, 100% or 90% of the time, I always would like an artist to come with a written song, because once you have a written song, it makes building the track or building the song an easy process. It's mostly easier that way. That's one way. And then another way is I come up with melodies, build it from scratch to maybe beats, arrange, build a groove, and then from there I have a final masterpiece.
Do you find one way easier than the other?
I wouldn't say there's one way that's easier than the other. It depends on how you want to work. It depends on the avenue, at which you want to make the music. If you have an artist who has a good sound, yes. If you have a good melody, yes. I mean, any way works. Any way works.
So in terms of the music industry, not just in Nigeria, and not just in Nigeria, but also outside the country.
Yeah.
Who are your biggest musical influences in terms of production?
While growing up, but I listened to a lot of Timbaland, Timothy Mosley, such a good producer. I listened to a lot of Dr. Dre. They influenced my sound so much.
In what ways?
Timbaland has a way of playing with synths. He makes creative sounds. Like, you can never know where he gets those sounds from, and it's really, really, really interesting. Like the way he actually comes up with those sounds. It put me in a mind frame or in a mode to actually come up with my own sound. Because when I was growing up, I always was used to the organic sound, the whole violins, the pianos, the guitars. But when I got to know that you could make sounds from synthesizers, oscillators, it put me in a deeper sense. Like I could make more out of this. So he really influenced me with his sound. He's such a great producer. He brought out too many records with diverse sounds. He's my inspiration. He's one of my biggest inspirations.
Okay, what about Dr. Dre? What was it about Dr.
Dr.
Dre
has such heavy kicks, heavy kicks, heavy bass. He's the king of sampling, the master sampler. Dr. Dre.
We're going to get the sampling.
He's the king of sampling. Like, the MPCs.
Some would say Timbaland is the king of sampling.
Well,
he's had a couple of disputes here and there.
Yes. But I mean, everybody has their own opinion, though.
I wanted to get to sampling later, but quickly, so I look at sampling from two different perspectives. From a musical perspective, what is your take on sampling?
Sampling, I don't think there's really a big issue with sampling. You could, if as a creative person, if you could take a piece of sonic sound and recreate it, manipulate it however you want it. It's really a new way to make sound production. There are a lot of sounds you hear now, especially in EDM, where you have sampling. It's the future. Sampling is the future.
I asked the question on sampling
Okay.
because John Kellogg, who's
Okay.
a very popular entertainment attorney back in the United States, he
Okay.
says that he always tells his artists not to sample, and that's from a legal perspective. But from a creative perspective, some of the
Yes.
criticisms that producers get for sampling is the
Okay.
fact that people say that they're trying to leverage on a sound that has already been
Being
created,
created.
rather than actually creating from scratch. So
That's actually smart. That's actually smart. Creating from something that's already been created, something that already exists. Because if you look at the commercial markets, you actually want to bring out something that people already are used to. You want to bring something that people don't know. But sampling, if you look at it, yes, I think he has a point. If you look at it from the legal aspect, you won't want to infringe on anyone's rights.
Copyrights.
Or anyone's copyrights, because for you to bring up or record a sample like that, you actually have to get clearance. What's wrong with me? So because people nowadays are more enlightened, they're wiser now. They copyright, publish, a lot of their sounds. So you have to always get clearance to use their sounds. It's not like before where you could just put a sound and just use it and get away with it. Now it's the competition is really hard. It's really hard.
But interestingly, again, John Kellogg says that he tells his artists and his clients that not artists, his clients that even if you do get clearance and copy, you get clearance and the license from the owner of the original copyright.
Okay.
He still says that it is not in your best interest because, for one, in terms of royalties, you may have to pay the person half of whatever you get from the new creation, the derivative that you're making from the prior copyright. So he's like, it doesn't even make any sense for you to say you want to share your royalties 50-50 with someone who already owns a copyright. So that's his take on it. But he's like, if you must sample, please get clearance and get the person to give you the license, because when you do get sued, the amount of money that you could have paid for the clearance or the license would actually be less than
what you get for royalties
for being sued.
Yeah.
So but you don't agree with that?
Well, I do actually agree, because it won't make any sense if you put a lot more into getting a sample and then you have to get less in return, like ROI. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. But if you look at it from a creative aspect, it doesn't matter. You could share your royalties with whoever to actually bring out a great record. Who knows, in 5 years you could even make more than what you even put into getting that sample. That's another way of looking at it.
Interesting perspective. Now let's just move on to a different part of the interview. I want to ask, when did you begin? Why are you like?
No, I'm afraid.
My question is, when did you begin to get recognition as a music producer? Was it after a particular project or a particular song? When did that start for you?
Yes.
When did people sign? When did
It was basically after a web series.
What was the web series
called Indigo. Did you ever see it?
I heard about it.
Oh my god!
For those who don't know, what's Indigo about, real quick?
It's a web series about a group of, or a band, like a group of like 4 boys who went into a lot of issues between their manager and her boyfriend. So yes, I had to produce and I even acted in it. Oh my god!
Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
Were acting?
Yes.
I think I remember seeing a clip of that. You were shooting gun or something.
Oh no, that was another thing.
Oh,
I mean, we'll get into that, but that's not.
Okay, so I didn't say Indigo then, but I heard about Indigo.
I mean,
but it's okay.
Poor you.
I still love you.
Whatever.
So yeah, Indigo. So you had to. That was when you.
Yes. So that's when a lot of people started giving me recognition as a producer, because I think they didn't, or I guess they knew the work that went into producing for 13 episodes, and they actually really liked the sounds they had. Okay. So I think that was a really good one.
And what kind of sounds did you have to create for Indigo?
Okay, it was more urban. Okay. It was more hippie. It was like hipster kind of series where you had 4 boys, going through teenage life, and then they had to join a boy band. So I had to make sounds like that, hip hop, a lot of pop. Yuck.
What?
No, I mean, come on. But I mean, some cheesy kind of sounds,
Okay.
Love songs and stuff.
Oh, so you hate love songs?
Oh no, I do actually like love songs.
So why say yuck?
It's cheesy, It's a lot
of. Love. That is such an oxymoron.
No, I mean, as a music producer, you shouldn't really take sides in the kind of sounds you should make. But I mean, like,
you have a preference.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the sounds that you had to create for Indigo, did you have to watch the web series first, like maybe like a couple of episodes, or did you just create? Did the producer or director tell you that, okay, DJMo, this is what I want. This is the kind of sound I want for the series, or do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I think it's a combination of both.
So you did a combination of both.
Both, yes, okay. Because before we even started, he gave me the scripts. Okay. I read the scripts. I understood the characters. I understood the story. Mm-hmm. And then he told me he had already written some songs. The producer was really good producer, really good director. Imo Omoren.
Okay.
Yeah. Major boy. Yeah.
Cool,
bad guy.
Cool.
So
yeah.
Cool. So he came up with the lyrics, mm-hmm. and then I had to create the sounds for
the different characters.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I had to even bring a friend of mine. Her name is Maka. Shout outs to Maka, man. Like, she's so amazing. Cool. She wrote, like, with the lyrics, she wrote the songs, she came up with the melody, so I had to come up with the beats, and then we just created world-class music. Nice. Like, that's the way I can put it.
So you began to cut your teeth on Indigo. Mm-hmm. Then what was the next step for you? Because I know that you had another production.
The next step for me was actually because from there I started getting a lot of accolades in the movie industry. Okay. So I started to score for films.
Nice.
And I've done a few films.
What films are those?
Have a Nice Day. Okay. On YouTube. It's let's say a TV film, a TV movie, yes. And then I did Theo's Dora, a romantic comedy. Yes, I did that as well. I've done a couple of films as well. It's really, really, really interesting. Nice. It's really, really. But
nice. In the process of me researching and asking you all these questions,
yes,
I stumbled upon the fact that one of your most recent your movie scoring
yes.
projects.
Yes.
What was it called again?
Wow.
The one that won an award.
Oh.
What was it?
Well, I would have liked to take the credit, but no, I didn't score that.
Oh, you didn't score that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
But all you did was acted in it.
Yes, I did. I did. Well, I mean, I didn't want to tell you guys that, I was like an actor like that. But yes, she did. She said it.
What was the movie? What was that movie?
It's called Slow Country. Actually.
Oh, okay.
It's an action film, an action drama. I played the role of an assassin in the movie, shooting guns.
Well, clearly, you know what assassins do.
And yes, they won an award at the African Film Festival. Yes, it did.
Who scored that? Who scored that movie?
The director actually got someone else to score it.
So you dabble in acting, and then you model as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. A man of many talents.
If you say so. Thank you.
It might have been. So,
Thank you.
Is there going to be a segue from production to strictly acting, or is production your
I mean, who knows? I mean, anything can happen. I mean, next year, 2017, we're hoping for the best. 2017, actually. What am I saying? What is 2017? What is that?
Wait, hold on. I think that's a Nigerian for now. Right.
Oh, you are such a huffy. Anyway, so 2017 looks promising. A lot of opportunities. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. So just to go back to the creative process for you as a producer, one of my questions I've always wanted to ask is there a specific to you, again, this is in your opinion, is there a specific difference between a beat maker and a music producer? And
this is interesting.
At what point do you think that someone should be labeled a music producer versus a beat maker?
The truth is there actually is a difference. That is the funny thing. Because a lot of people just storm into softwares and just feel, oh, they can make beats. Beats seeming they can just make percussion sounds, put them in patterns, just make beats, and they'll be banging and disturbing your speakers. But when it comes to the music side, where they have to put melodies together, because you have to understand music, you have to know your scales, you have to know your scales, you have to know your music theory for you to know how to make tunes. You understand, to your beats. So I can actually say, yes, there's a difference between a beat maker and a music maker.
So a beat maker is someone who just makes beats.
Just makes beats, just samples and lays down beats together to make good rhythm.
Okay, and then...
But a music producer sums the rhythm up with good melody, syncopation, all that music term. I don't want to bore you out.
Please, no. Remember that. This is the...
Do you get...
the purpose of the podcast,
you just go into, like, a trance, So, that's music production. It's a compilation of so many things put together,
Interesting. So that's really interesting. So a couple of people that the people that should not be called music producers, that's what you're saying, versus beat makers. So they should just...
Well, you said it, but I get what you're saying. Yes.
No, I'm just saying that.
Yes. There are some people they shouldn't be called music producers.
They should be called beat makers.
They should just have a bucket with a stick and just make sounds. That's all.
You are throwing shade.
Oh no, I'm not. No, not me, DJMo. Okay. No, right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so speaking of being a music producer, still on that topic, what determines the kind of artist that you choose to work with? Is it just because of the person's vibe or the person's sound? Can you take us through what the choices that you have to make in saying, I want to work with this artist versus that artist?
Most of the people I've worked with on my sound, that's my own sound, my production, is the EDM. Is more particularly about how they sound, their texture. If I have to listen to their texture first before I can print whatever they do on my sound.
The texture of singing.
They're singing
voice.
Their voice texture.
Okay.
It goes a long way, because when you mix the sound, when you mix their texture, there's so much embellishment that goes into it, and it's really, really, really rich and really nice than somebody who has really bad or husky voice. These people have different voice textures, so yeah.
So sometimes your voice may not work with a particular
exactly.
sound.
So I always have to listen. Like, I give them sounds, and I always have to listen to them sing for me to know if I'll be able to work with the person or not.
So on that topic, how much importance do you place on having a good relationship with someone that to actually get a good record? So do you have to chop it up with the person that you're going to, so that the person can deliver a good record, or is it just about coming into the studio, laying down the beat, the person records?
It depends. It depends on however, like as you said, rapport. If you have a good rapport with the person, but it also depends on if the person has the time to do it at the time you want to do it. So sometimes you can give the person the beat to work on, to record, to come up with melodies, and then when you enter the studio, it's an easy ride than when you all just go into the studio, fire brigade approach, and then you just want to record it. Sometimes it doesn't come in naturally. Like, I was reading an article where there's this guy talking about, if somebody wants to go into the studio to record, you just sometimes you just go like out of town, just absorb all the ideas you want, and instead of just entering the studio and just coming out with sounds. It doesn't really help. Like sometimes you need to just gather a lot of things, galvanize, and just pour them out when the time is right.
And do you think that for you as a producer, do you prefer working in a professional studio versus a home recording setup?
That's another thing. As I will say, it depends on how to reach the person. If it's very possible for you to use like a home studio now, if it's possible, you can do whatever you want to do. But it will always be best to do everything, especially your final mix and master in a studio.
Why?
Because first of all, the acoustics. You need good acoustics. You need good sound. You need good paddings. You need good speakers. And then you want your equipment to always give you like
distortion.
Not even distortion. Like for it to drag. Because sometimes when your system starts giving you issues, it's really frustrating, and it can also hinder your creative process. So you want something seamless. And most of the studios, professional studios, always have really good systems to work with. And they have good speakers. They have good padded audio. I mean, everything is endless, man. Oh my God.
So you're a team professional studio versus over team home setup. Clearly, yes. It's okay. There's nothing,
Although even though I have like the home studio, I have a home studio. I mean, come on, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I shout out to all the people who have home studios. I mean, your hustle is real.
Yes.
I mean, you guys can still do amazing stuff, but it's always good to go into a proper recording studio. It helps most times.
You were talking about you feel
Space.
that a professional studio is better than a
home studio
in terms of mixing and mastering.
Yes.
Now, just to go on to mixing and mastering, for those who do not know what the difference between mixing and mastering, can you tell us what that involves?
Mixing a song, when you have all your instruments, it will be best to balance your instruments as one. Making the bass, the kicks, the trumpets, the horns, making all the hi-hats, everything all sound as one. Making, balancing them. If you have to bring down the faders, you bring them down subtle, easy. You don't have to. It may even take a lot more, maybe like using equalizers, compressors, but it's just basically balancing them so that they don't distort. Now, once you have a good mix, then you can now take it into mastering. Mastering is where you now have to balance, like put a bit of polishing in the sound, making sure that this frequency and this frequency, everything is all, and they are all in, sync. They are not out of, they're not like out of sound. If you get what I mean, I don't want to say too many things, too many technical things.
No,
but it's just basically polishing the sound, and then most importantly, making it louder. But a lot of people don't really buy the whole loudness thing.
I was about to say that.
Yes, but sometimes if you look at it, if you want to make a pop record, you may have to apply the whole loudness whole thing, because most of the things you hear on the radios and media, mostly loud songs, it really catches the consumers. But you don't really have to do it if you look at it from another perspective.
So the pop record, in your experience, loudness goes with the pop record.
Yeah.
Now, for an EDM record, what kind of
loud? Actually, even loud,
well,
yes. Because if most of the EDM songs we have now are actually like popular pop songs, so you may still need to apply loudness into it. Like you have to boost the peaks all the way high, and it would really disturb you, sonically.
What about an R&B song?
Well, the thing about an R&B song is more about, the elements of the song, like the bass, the drums, the guitars, So there's some elements you have to look into before you just boost a track up. You have to think about all those elements. I think I was telling somebody about, different mixing for different genres, and the person was looking at me like, what's he saying? But the thing is, different genres actually have different musical elements. You know, like if you're classical, of course, you know that you have more of the strings, you know, the concertos, the cellos, all those things must, you know, make some certain level of presence, you know, than other genres.
They must be felt.
Exactly.
Okay.
They must be felt. Yes.
Interesting.
So there are some elements you have to focus on while mixing, so that you don't just make everything sound, you know, like it's odd. You have to really, really look into all those things.
Yeah.
You know, all those different like details.
Yeah. So some sounds have to come out more than others.
Yes.
Some sounds
in
have
some genres,
Yes.
like EDM, now you have heavy kicks, heavy snares, synths, risers, effects, all those things come out. Like you have to mix all those things together.
Cool. So, well, I'm going to move now to
Yes.
wait. Now, because I know we haven't talked about Afrobeat, and I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Do you think that Nigerian music has a particular or peculiar sound?
Yes, it does. Oh, it does.
That can be identified anywhere.
Thanks to Fela Anikulapo Kuti, he actually, you know, defined and brought out the Afrobeat sound, and Nigerians as well have actually taken the Afrobeat sound into another level, because we've defined our sound. Let's look at it. We've defined our sound. Like anywhere in the world now, you have Afrobeats playing. You have different sounds from Nigeria playing. Heavy kicks, heavy snares, guitars, congas, percussions. Like it's in your face. You always have all these things there. So I really give props to Nigerian music, because it's really taking the world by storm right now.
Cool. I'm still gonna go back to that. What I wanted to ask, is, do you think, because you know that there's been this debate that people have online, different articles, that we shouldn't call Afrobeat is Afrobeat. Afrobeat is not popular music in Nigeria. So do you think that Afrobeat is its own distinct genre, and then we have to now find a different name for the kind of songs that are coming out of Nigeria at this particular point in time? Like we've heard of Afro pop, we've heard of, you know, pop, you know. So do you think that we shouldn't call the songs coming out of Nigeria, or the sounds coming out of Nigeria now, as Afrobeat? Is there a different name?
Funny enough, there's actually even a slight difference. The sounds actually coming out of Afrobeats, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The sounds coming out of Nigeria now called Afrobeats. There's an S to it.
Oh, what is the difference between Afrobeat and Afrobeat?
It's the new sound. It's the new sound. I've not really gone into the research, but that's the new sound. Like when you go online and you read forums and you read blogs, a lot of people talking about Afrobeats, you know, that's the new sound Nigerians are creating. And it's really, really, really taking the world. But it's different from Afrobeat, which, you know, we know how the Afrobeat sound is. The whole Fela thing, you know, with the trumpets and, you know, the chords.
So
Afrobeat and Afrobeats are
two different
they're
things.
two different
What
things.
about Afropop?
Afropop, of course, yes. Popular African, like Nigerian sounds.
Okay.
That's Afropop. And you have Afro House, you have Afro Soul. You know, but I think the Afro element is more about the drums, the percussion. Once you have that, you know, steady rhythm with the percussion sound, it gives you that Afro feel, and then you can now fuse it. Because if you look at music, the kind of music now made is more about fusion. There's a lot of fusion in music these days, so anything can come together.
It's pretty cool. Well, thank you for that, you know, history. For those who are listening who do not know, you know, Afrobeat and Afrobeats.
It's not the same thing.
Now, one other question I have is, a lot of times we see, I'm going to kind of shift to the legal side, considering that, you know, I am a soon-to-be attorney.
Yes, suits. Yes, thank you.
Yes. First of all, one of the questions I have is the transition between being a producer to being an artist doesn't necessarily always turn out great. Like you talked about your influence, Timbaland. Like you see that sometimes he does delve into being an artist as well. But we are seeing a lot of Nigerian producers are now trying to move towards being not just producers, they also want to be artists as well.
Yes.
Why do you think that is the case, and do you think that it is necessary for the Nigerian producers to make that shift to being artists as well?
Well, I think somebody asked me this question before. It's really, really, it's a funny topic to talk about.
Why
because
so?
If you look at it, it depends on what perspective you're coming from. If you're coming from a creative side, the producer can decide, he wants to create, he wants to bring out, he wants to sound, he wants to sing, because some of them actually are really good singers, and he wants to actually just do it. Or she, sorry, really. So she or he wants to do it because they feel they have a lot more than just production that they want to bring out. But if you look at it from a business side, it may not play out right, because as a producer, you should be thinking about good beats to make, good productions. And then you have to now juxtapose and juggle that with trying to write music and bring out. I mean, there's no offense if you can actually do that. It's no offense, but sometimes it's really hard for you to actually juggle between both. And it's really a struggle. So sometimes you may actually be stronger in your production skills, and you may be weaker in your writing skills, and it may not really play out well for you.
But do you think that a lot of Nigerian producers have had to make that shift or transition or merge being an artist because, first of all, the infrastructure in Nigeria is extremely shoddy and limited. In terms of publishing, we don't have publishing for Nigerian producers. I don't know how many Nigerian producers know about copyright as well.
Oh my God.
So do you think that Nigerian producers making that shift or making that transition to being artists is because to a certain level, Nigerian artists have avenues for making money. They have shows that they can get, compared to a Nigerian producer who gets a one-off production deal with an artist, right?
Exactly.
So, what is your take on that?
Yes, true. You've even said a lot, about the problems, because in Nigeria the infrastructure is really, really slim. So most of the artists try as much to do it for themselves. I mean, publishing really. There's really not a lot of publishing.
Yeah, but we have Greenlight Publishing that started, and then we also have is it 5 Music Group?
But you see, that's the thing. It's not as effective. I mean, it's not like they're not there, but it's not like as effective. So most of the producers still, go with their one-off deals. Producing in the studio, getting their records, sold, or maybe they can just be artists and they just go and perform and get whatever revenue they can from performing at the show. It goes anywhere. I mean, it's really competitive. It's really a struggle. So you may not. It's really a light. It's not something I don't know how to.
Well, I feel like a lot of I read a lot online, and people say, "Oh, this producer is trying to become an artist," and like blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, first of all, we don't have proper channels for producers to make money beyond making one song for an artist. Like I said, we don't have publishing in Nigeria as much.
The funny thing is, most of them don't even know about royalties. They don't even know about all these things. Copyright. They don't know about all these things. So I think it's more about they need. They need orientation. Basically, if they need orientation to know these things, because if they knew about these things, most of them won't really need to transition into being artists. They can just be producers and get their money from, say, selling records or publishing their music and getting royalties.
So speaking of lots of artists not knowing about copyright and publishing and royalties, what do you think should or can be done to help to spread that awareness? Do you think that Nigerian producers should have a union that would help them with that process?
It's not like they don't have a union. They do. First of all, the union is not. Nobody really knows the union. Nobody.
What is the union called?
I don't even know.
Oh,
exactly.
You producer, you don't even know.
It's that bad. Like, no, I've talked with some engineers and some producers, and they've actually talked to me about producers and engineers actually having a union. It's just that it's not really. It's not like in your face. Like not too many people know about it.
So how can we get the word out for Nigerian producers to know?
I think the first step is for them to promote it, through the media, of course, because the media will be the ones who let the world know, or Nigeria know about a producer's, how should I say it, a producer's a group, or what do they call them?
What association?
Like an association, like the DJs. You have the DJ Association of Nigeria. Yeah, so maybe the producers will have like their own association, and they could talk about it.
Okay.
This is really a sensitive issue. Like it's really deep.
Yes, because like I said, because for me, being an A&R and someone who loves music and loves the music making process, I always just find it a challenge when I hear about producers relying on either an artist to help them blow. You don't have copyright, like you don't have contracts you're signing, before you say you're going to produce a record. So for me, I'm not a producer, but I'm very passionate about ensuring that Nigerian producers have access to lawyers. First of all, speaking of lawyers, do you even work with lawyers when you say you want to work on a project? Because you obviously have to sign a contract.
Oh no. Well, before I hadn't been working with lawyers, but recently I just started working with lawyers because it's really important to get your legal side, on check. As a producer, it'll be best to get a legal team, so that you don't always have to be relying on the business side. You can just put your mind to that creative session, make those good songs, and then get your creative side. Yes.
So obviously you understand the importance of having a lawyer.
Very important. If you're thinking about making business out of your music, then you of course need a lawyer. You need a team. You need a lawyer. You need a manager. Even as much as you need an accountant as well. You don't always have to be thinking about every department of your business or your music. You understand? It's really, really important. You shouldn't always be doing everything like, I'm the lawyer, I'm the businessman, I'm the accountant, I'm the video director. No, Nigerians should stop that stuff. Like it's really irritating. It's irritating.
And it's even like very painful when you see people sign contracts that if they had their lawyers read through, they would have caught, different traps.
Like you people should read contracts.
Wait, hold on. You say you people, aren't you part of the people?
Yes, we all should read this contract. Like it's really, I get contracts too, and I read them. Sometimes I even go as far as annoying the business people because I tell them I have to really read it and send it to my legal team. Even though I didn't have a legal team, I had to read through thoroughly for people. For me to understand what the hell they were saying. Some will even go as far as telling you to do maybe a job for a particular tenure of maybe 2 years at a very, very, very
paltry.
Exactly. It's that's slavery, man. Modern day slavery, and it's terrible. You shouldn't really do that. Read. If you can't read, give it to a lawyer who can read. It's as simple as that.
Cool. That is really great to know. I'm glad that, we have producers becoming, hopefully not just DJMo. Obviously, I know that, there are people in the industry who know the importance of having a lawyer, having a manager who would also handle the business side, and having an accountant, Because I guess my next question would be like, because you obviously want to make the transition from being a one-man show to having a music production company sometime in the future, right?
Exactly, yes. Sometimes you can. Some people actually do it and it works for them. But I'm saying as a business, because don't you want to make money as a music producer? Of course, yes, you want to. So it's always best, and the best thing is to actually allow other people to handle your business. Handle your business. Is there? So.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so I forgot to ask you this: what production tools, what software, what type of software do you use when you produce? And which one? And which one do you prefer, and why?
No, you want me to give people my cheat code?
Cheat code, God, cheat code me. Oh yeah, give us 80% of the cheat code.
The truth is, I can actually use anything that comes my way. Like, I'm blessed to actually use any digital audio workstation, DAW. But the one I'm really, really, really good at, and it gives me a lot, like, easy workflow, is FL Studio. Do you know that? Do you know?
I've heard of FL Studio.
Oh,
yes,
oh
I have.
God.
Well, you know that. I used to, in my past life / present life, I used to be an A&R.
Yeah, so I mean, FL Studio is really good, especially with my workflow. It's easy for me to just go into different modules and just do what I have to do pronto, because that's the essence of being a professional music producer. You have to do everything with time. You have to keep to time. So that's the tool I use, and it's really good. It's really good.
Okay.
Doesn't mean like it's the best though. I mean, every other digital audio workstation works practically the same. All that really matters is your equipment, your sound equipment. That's all that matters.
You know, because I feel like a lot of producers use Pro Tools. And what makes Pro Tools so popular? What is it about Pro Tools that makes people?
The sound of Pro Tools, and they have a lot of plugins, and they have a lot of modules in the software that can really give you really good creative. But there's some new softwares really right now that they will make Pro Tools bite the dust. You understand? It's really a competitive software market right now. I won't. So Pro Tools, they're actually really doing great for themselves, because they even have schools where you have to learn Pro Tools to become a certified producer. So I think that's really good. Or am I making sense?
No, you are making sense. That's cool. Sticking with the production aspect, what makes a production great or stand out for you?
For me, first of all, I would like to listen to the genre. I'd like to know the genre, because I'm not so biased, in the sense I would like to know your idea of creation, what you wanted to bring out, and then from your genre I already know the elements that will stand out for me. And then once those things are really, really good, and then of course a good voice with good texture and a good mix, all those things are really, really important, because if you have all those things on check, then with a good melody, you have a good song.
So you feel like that's what will make a great production for you?
Yes.
Okay. And as a producer, do you feel, not do you feel, let me backtrack. As a producer, no. I'm trying to phrase my question in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Because obviously that also involves the business side as well. But as a producer, in your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Do people underestimate the importance of a great record taking an artist's career to a different level? Do people underestimate the importance of having a great record versus just having song 1, song 2, song? You know what I'm trying to say?
They do. It's so unfortunate. The artists we have in Nigeria, they just bring out songs like every 2 weeks, and they just feel that's the way it should be. It's all about quantity, but really it's about the quality of. You can have a great sound and it can last you for years, and that sound can actually take an artist from point A to point B. Like, it could even win you a Grammy. You understand? But that sound must really come out great. Because if it doesn't come out great, then it's just going to be a song, a track. But if it's really done properly and with the right promotion and all that, you have a really, really good career.
Yeah.
That's just bringing out 10 tracks in 3 months. It doesn't really cut it.
Because I think that people really always underestimate the importance of having not just a great record, but also a great album.
Yes.
But again, for me, because we're in the world now whereby the album is slowly but surely diminishing, and it's more but it's true. But it's more of a
digital world.
Yeah, it's more of a.
You have digital. everything is all digitalized now.
Yeah,
so
it's all a singles market.
You understand, but now you even have EPs. You don't even have to bring out like 17 or 18 tracks. Now you can just do like 6 tracks. Yeah. Everything is a bit easier now because of technology. So, and then you have avenues where people can be heard. You have SoundCloud, you have Mixcloud, you have so many like platforms where you can put your stuff on. And you can just record stuff. But notwithstanding, even though you have those platforms easily and people come to and you have a good following and all that, you still need to have a good sound. You should take each sound as a potential project, make all of them sound outstanding, so that, I mean, you don't know where it could take you tomorrow. Somebody may just listen to you and they just, they want to sign you or they want to use your music or something. So don't give up. Bring out good sound. It helps. It really helps.
Great. So I have a couple more minutes with DJMo in the studio. I want to just ask you a few more questions before I go on to...
I'm having fun here.
Well, that is good to know. Very good. What keeps you motivated as a producer or just as DJMo?
Yikes. Motivated. What keeps me motivated is working on my craft, working on my sound. The sound I make today is not the sound I want to make in 3 months. So I always work on my craft. I always make my sound outstanding, work basically on how my process of making music is and what my output is. So I think that's what keeps me motivated, because especially when I have like a new tool or a new software, that's like a really good rush of motivation. It makes me want to bring out something great with that tool. I think I don't know, is there something wrong with me?
No.
Exactly. Like once I just have this new software, like, oh man, this new software, I want to make something good. And then, I just get into this process of just creating, like I could just make like 10 beats or 10 songs. And it's a good motivation, something fresh. I always like being fresh ideas, fresh, thoughts and stuff.
I was gonna crack a joke that I hope the recession is also motivating you.
Right? Nah, the recession is not. I mean, if the recession is motivating you as a producer, then I'm sorry for you. I mean, then what now happens when there's no recession? You understand? You should have that passion of making music. It shouldn't be because you have to pay rent or you have to pay NEPA bill. So because of that, you make a commercial sound, which is what it will result to eventually. You now have to make something that everybody likes or everybody's buying or selling. Come on, that's not a producer, man. Yes.
Let me do this.
No, but it's true now. Come on.
Okay. All right. How many of the artists that you've worked with have been able, like, let's say someone reaches out to you, like DJMo, I want you to produce this track, and you heard their song. How many of the artists you've worked with have been able to reproduce that sound in the studio? Does that make any sense?
They reproduce what sound?
Like what you heard them on a record. Like, okay, so you hear me, Sade, and like I released a song. Okay. And you hear it on the radio. Okay. And then I call you, I'm like, DJMo, I want you to produce another record for me. Yeah. And then we get into the studio, and maybe I don't sound as good as I do sound on the radio. So I guess my question is, how many of the artists that you have worked with have been able to reproduce
the same thing they did like on the record live?
Their voice, how
it's a big struggle. Not so many. The reason why is because I always pick the artists I work with. So I always make sure that whatever they do or whatever they've done, they can actually do in the studio. Do you get what I'm saying? And then it's also very good for them that whatever they can do in the studio, they can do live. Because it's really a big challenge when you actually listen to a great record and then you go to the person's concert and the person is sounding like shit. It's not really pleasing, So I always make it important that the person sounds really great, as much as the record sounds.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Couple of more questions on just the music, legal, and business side. Okay. This is a question that I struggled with. Okay. But the question is, what is the singular threat to the effective monetization of music production in the Nigerian music industry?
Singular threat. I think this issue, this question, I don't know. It's really dodgy, Singular threats. Before you even have a singular threat, you should even have a structure. Do you understand? I think we talked about a structure. Yeah. Nigeria being a structureless,
at
almost exactly. So it's until there's a structure that you even have a threat. Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally get that.
Exactly. So, and I think I was saying it before that some producers don't even know that you can even monetize, your beats. They just think it's I have a beat, one-off payment. Yeah. That's all. That's mostly what they think. So,
Until we have a structure.
Yes,
we
until
can't
we have.
really say
Yes,
there's
exactly.
singular
There's a
threats.
singular threat to monetization.
Cool. All right. Final question on being a producer is now. I just need you to mention 2 songs, past and present, that you wish. Okay, so let me backtrack.
Okay.
In 2016, are there any songs or albums that you wish you had produced? Which ones are they and why? 2 songs in 2016.
Yeah, 2 songs in
Yes,
2016.
yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
I love you. And why?
I love Simi's Love
Don't Care.
Love Don't Care. Man.
Oh,
That's
cool.
such a beautiful song.
Nice. Why would you?
First of all, her voice texture is out of this world.
She has a lovely voice.
Exactly. Shout out to Simi, man. Like Simi, amazing. And then the instrumentation was amazing. It was really professional sound, you know, and it was so subtle. It wasn't busy. It didn't need much in the song. Yes. You understand? So, and that's a kind of like I do EDM. That's a song that I can actually remix, you know, and give it a different feel, you know, and it's really oh my god.
Shout out to Oscar for producing.
He produces all of our
most
other
of
songs.
Our songs.
Yes.
Okay, so Simi song, and then which other one would you want to produce?
I like this guy's song, Tijan.
What is it called?
Aduke.
Oh
my god! Like I was like, oh my god, who's this guy? You know, like
that is
I really wished I could have done that. That was such a good record, man. Wow. Shout out to Koban, man. That's my senior. That's my senior in secondary school, man. Florian.
Yes. He did go to KC as well.
Yes. Funny enough, you know, people. Yes, he is. People don't even know we're in the same music class.
Are you serious?
Yes, but I'm not going to say that because I want any recognition. I'm just saying that because
no,
but we actually were in the same music class. Wow. But yes.
How was he? Do you know how he was
in school?
Yeah. Like, because in the same music class, like, did he
Yes,
talk
I mean, we were doing mostly music theory at that time, so. I mean, he was playing our school anthem, he was playing the national anthem. He was an entertainer in school.
Wow.
Like, even as far back as JS2, the guy was entertaining the whole school. That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah. So the 2 songs would be Tijan's Aduke and Simi's Love Don't Care. Cool.
Amazing.
Now, 2 songs in the past that you wish you had produced, either 2 songs or albums you wish, because the ones you just mentioned are just songs, singles. Yeah. Now, in the past, do you have any 2 songs or albums that you wish you had produced, and why?
Aliyah's More Than a Woman. The production, man. That production, it just keeps me speechless, you know. do you feel it?
No. Like, Aaliyah, like, I grew up, like, Aaliyah was, like, she's, like, my first love. Like, that was the first tape my father ever got for me.
Are you serious?
Yes, really.
Wow.
Aaliyah, and I still have that tape till today.
Wow.
I have her entire album. So, it's funny, I was chatting with, not chatting, but, I had that as one of my throwback videos.
Oh, okay.
I usually have this, like, random throwback videos I do on Instagram.
Okay.
And another producer, XYZ, shout out to XYZ, said the exact same thing you said. And he talked about, the beauty and the simplicity of More Than a Woman, which is so interesting. So I think you have a...
Shout out to Timbaland, man. Like, Timbaland just comes up with golden star. Man, the guy is just amazing, man. He just comes out with hits after hits.
And the production is just super...
I mean, like, doing Empire, man. Come on. That guy, man, like.
Do you watch Empire?
Well, I do, man.
Yeah, maybe I'm like.
It's really interesting. You know, the funny thing is, I kind of don't like Empire anymore. The new season, they actually put Rodney Jenkins. Why? Why would you do that? Exactly.
Wait, no.
Like,
I
exactly.
like Rodney. What do you mean?
No.
Like, Rodney's like producer of producers.
Hell
what do you mean?
Hell no.
Are you serious?
We're next to Timbaland, really? Yeah, I know. Like Rodney Jenkins, Grammy Award winning producer. I mean, no disrespect. Shout out to Rodney Jenkins, but come on, no. Next to Timbaland, nah.
Really?
I'm sorry. This new season is crap.
Rodney, no be me we talk more. Now DJMo
I'm
will talk
sorry.
more. So me I'm a team Rodney.
So sorry. It's such a disaster.
Like the disaster. I mean, like you mean in terms of production level? That's what you're saying.
I mean, the songs are their songs are good, but they don't really catch.
So Timbaland has stopped producing for the season.
Yes, he stopped in the end of season 2.
Oh wow!
From I think what I gathered, I think they had creative differences.
Oh really?
Yes, I even heard, Kid Cudi actually wanted to write for Empire, but
really?
that didn't happen as well. So I mean, I guess
interesting.
Things just happen the way they do.
So Aaliyah's More Than a Woman, and then what is the other one? Can we just pick an album this time? Because
an album.
Yes, all you picked are singles. I mean, come on, we had albums back in the day. So my brother, pick album.
I mean, my favorite album when I was in high school, Eve's Evolution. That's an album, man. That's an album.
And that album did not do as well as
in, but see that album, man, the production was really blazing. Like I knew the songs from start to finish.
But Evolution is not the one. Wait, Evolution is Eve's album, Evolution.
Yeah, the one with Gangsta Loving.
Yes.
The one with Satisfaction.
Yes, that's and that album did not, which is so weird.
Just like 2 or 3 songs.
Yes,
because
I love Gangsta Loving.
Party in the Rain. That's produced by Swiss Beats. Wow. Oh my God. Shout out to Swiss Beats. That's another producer I really respect, man, because he has really peculiar sound, and he used to meddle with that whole 808 sound in those days. The whole trap and everything. Man,
cool.
Producers do.
They did. So we've gathered that you would love to have in 2016 that you'd love to have produced Simi's Lot Don't Care,
exactly,
Tijani's Adu Care,
exactly,
and in the past you'd have wanted to produce Aaliyah's More Than a Woman and Eve's Evolution album. Very interesting.
It is.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I mean, I actually love Eve's. I love that album, especially Gangsta Loving. I don't even know why it didn't get as much. I guess no, it got airplay, but it wasn't as much as I thought it would have gotten.
Okay.
It was a really, really great song.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
And like you said, Party in the Rain. People actually like Party in the Rain.
I do like that song.
But
whatever, man.
Yeah, but we have come to the end of the interview with DJMo.
Yes.
All the production and creative and business and legal questions that I could throw at you, I have done. Now I am going to switch to the rapid fire questions really before I let you go, because I took 6 months to get you here, so I'm going to.
Oh my God.
Okay, quickly. Lagos, Abuja.
Lagos.
Why?
Comfort.
Abuja does not have comfort.
No, I'm comfortable with Lagos. I feel lost in Abuja. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry to the Abuja people.
No, Abuja is cool. No disrespect.
Okay, so white rice or fada?
Jollof.
Wait, I don't understand. I said white rice or fada.
I'm sorry. I can't disrespect Jollof. I'm sorry. Jollof is bae. Jollof makes the world go round.
Jollof, Ghanaian or Nigerian Jollof?
Niger, come on. But
you go to Ghana often, so I'm asking.
I mean, Ghanaian Jollof rice is top notch. It's top notch, but you see, Nigerian Jollof beats any other. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me talk.
This is not just because I'm patriotic. I'm sorry.
Cool story. Okay, so between suit or native, which one would you choose?
Casual.
Why? I said suit or native. See, uncle,
okay,
one or two. Stick to one.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I like wearing suits. I like to look prim and proper. I like to.
You don't like native?
I mean, native. I mean, yeah, I do, but I mean, I prefer suits. But I mean, there's a way you can just wear your native suit, that will fit you, and everything will just fall in place. Because
I'm telling you, there's some Yoruba demons you see in that native. You'll be reconsidering your life.
Are you one of the ladies that are you one of those ladies that wear agbada,
actually, I
buba and shoko?
I really want to try that.
Are you serious?
Look.
I think that's cool. I think that's really
it's
new.
Really, I like it.
It's really cool.
Especially for me, I'm such a tomboy. So
you are?
Mm-hmm. You are really?
No,
really?
I didn't really know. You look like a lady.
That was my moonlight. All right, favorite food.
Dodo.
Yes.
Dodo,
yes.
plantain, man, all the way.
That's his life. I agree. That's actually big, for real.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
No disrespect.
Have you ever I feel like sometimes it's so mental. I see rice and chicken, and I'm like, something is missing.
Exactly.
What is going on?
The missing rib.
Like,
come on.
And even when I try to eat it, it's
what's that dodo, man? No. You can't do this.
And even when I try to eat it, it just tastes funny. I'm like, something is missing. So yeah, we agreed dodo for the win.
Exactly.
Most embarrassing moment?
I've never really thought about any embarrassing moments.
You don't have any?
I don't think I have.
You're too cool like that?
Well, I mean, even if I had, I wouldn't even want to talk about it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, moving on. Define 2016 in one word for you. Just one word.
Progression.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's your 2017 outlook creatively and business-wise?
2017, I hope we'll have more opportunities, and we'll be a new frontier to a lot of things that will come. Cool. That's what I hope for 2017.
I hope that for you as well.
Amen.
Yeah, so,
and you too. Actually, this is a lovely show.
Thank you.
I love being on this show.
Yeah.
I've had fun today.
Great. I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, DJMo. This was really, really fun.
Yes, it was. Actually.
It took me 6 months to get you here.
Yes, it did.
But, the Lord is on my side.
You must be prayerful.
Well, that's one. Well, I need to get back to the Lord. Yeah. But, I hope to have you back on here soon.
Yes,
and for those who are listening and do not know DJMo, how can they connect with you? Can you give us your Instagram,
yes.
Twitter?
Yeah, and, you can follow me on Instagram, DJMoe. That's letter J, letter M, letter O, letter E, 01.
Okay, so DJMo01?
Yes, that's on Twitter and on Instagram.
The same?
Yes, the same. Okay. Yes.
Cool.
And just follow me and hit me up, and we could, vibe from there.
Very cool. And as always, if you want to connect with me, you can follow me on Twitter at shadenonconform. Instagram, I'm still trying to work out the, I feel like I'm so paranoid about Instagram. Like, I don't want to, curse me out and say, you look ugly, and then I curse them.
Oh, my God, no, I don't think you look ugly.
Well, I'm just saying that,
who says you look ugly must have really bad eye defects.
Yeah, thank you. The girl is blush.
No.
The girl is blush.
You're actually pulchritudinous. You have to look it up.
Okay, I'll look it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. To stay up to date, make sure you follow the show at the Sade Non-Conform Show. I believe that's at THESNC Show. And we'll be back next week with another exciting and insightful guest to talk more about the music business in Nigeria and the creative process. Stay tuned. Bye-bye. I hope that you enjoyed my interview with DJMo. To ensure that you don't miss subsequent episodes, you can follow us on our various social media handles. On Twitter, we are at TheSNCPodcast. So that's THESNC Podcast. So TheSNC Podcast. On SoundCloud, you can find us at the SNC Show. So that's THESNC Show. On Instagram, we also are at the SNC Show handle, and we will be active on iTunes and YouTube shortly. And for those who would like to reach out to me by email, my email is shadenonconformist@gmail.com or shadenonconformist@yahoo.com. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter at shadenonconform. Till next week, bye.